Mevo event camera. This should be streaming live to YouTube. Um, my name is Sean Simons. Oh, I forgot to take this off. Doing a live thing, turning off my oxygen. I'm here with Brian. What's up, Brian?
Not much. How are you?
Doing good. So we're trying to do some podcasting and talking about different things. Where we made the Investor Bros. And sorry if I'm not like perky. I just took a bunch of medicine for my noggin ache. So I'll have Brian do most of the talking today. We've started Investor Bros, and we're doing different types of investing. And one of the investing things that we're doing is cryptocurrency, which Brian is definitely more into. I started doing it since Brian started to. And we're going to be doing wholesaling houses and real estate in the future, probably in a couple months. And we'll be doing more about that. But right now, this is all about Brian talking about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, the new what's going to happen on the 16th. We got that split that's happening on Bitcoin. And maybe you can teach us really quick. We only want to make this about 5 minutes or so, maybe 10, but talk about how to actually start investing with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So, Brian Tyler, you've got it. Go ahead and tell us everything you know about starting off with Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin, and how can I buy it?
Well, let me share with you what I have. I'm a novice. I'm new. I'm learning every single day. I'm doing better and better, but I still have a very long way to go. So keep in mind that when I tell you what I know, I've still got a long way to go. So with all that being said, one of the easiest ways to buy is obviously through an exchange. An exchange it's just like any currency exchange. You put in U.S. dollars or euros or whatever your native currency is, and they turn it into cryptocurrency. There are advantages to exchanges, and there are disadvantages. And one of the advantages is it's user interface friendly. It's kind of hard, it's a little bit easier to understand.
So what is an exchange? How do I get to an exchange, and how do I do this?
Well, you got to know which exchanges are out there. The most predominant popular one that I'm aware of is Coinbase. There's other ones like Kraken and BitConnect, Bitstamp. There's a bunch of them.
What do you use, and what do you think is the easiest way just to start off with? I mean, if someone
Coinbase and link your bank account. That's what I did.
Coinbase.com, is it?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, and you just throw what you're comfortable in there with. $50, $100, whatever you're comfortable with, and what it does is, cryptocurrency, let's say Bitcoin, for example, goes up and down in value constantly. So whenever you buy in at, let's say, $50. $50 will buy you 0.01327 fraction, basically. So your Bitcoin will buy you a fraction, your $50 or whatever will buy you a certain fraction of Bitcoin based on its value right at that moment.
And what is the value right now?
If you would give me just a second, I will look. It looks like it's at 7109.
Oh, so it went down since we talked earlier today.
Yeah, and it does. Right now, it's fluctuating in the $100 to $200 to $300 range, and it's fluctuating daily. That's roughly 1 to 10% fluctuations, in a day's time. Right now, the fluctuations are heavy because there is news coming up about a Bitcoin fork or split. It's called a SegWit split, and I could not explain the technicals of it to you.
But in general, it means that your Bitcoin will be worth. How does that work?
Well, your Bitcoin at the time of the split is going to. It's basically going to split like a stock. So then it's going to be double. So you're going to have original Bitcoin, and then you're going to have Bitcoin, whatever the SegWit is. it's going to split. So if you have, let's say it's valued at $8,000 on November 16th, that's when it's supposed to be. If you got 8,000 in Bitcoin here, then you're going to get an equivalent 8,000 of this other coin over here.
When you're saying 8,000, you're talking about 8,000 Bitcoins or $8,000 or 8,000 what?
Dollars. Yeah, so let's say, I'm just saying, let's say you have $8,000 worth of Bitcoin, or you have one Bitcoin worth $8,000, whatever. Whatever the value of US dollars worth of Bitcoin you have at that moment when it splits, you're gonna have double that. Now, keep in mind that if your money is on an exchange, that some of the exchanges do not support the split, which means you will not get double your money. They will not give you an equal credit of that new coin that's created. And or like Coinbase, they're going to shut down their exchange the day before. So
so you have to make sure that you buy everything the day before, or do you have to buy it a week in advance? How soon do I need to buy this?
Bitcoin's processing time is like 9 days. I mean, from, okay, I want to buy $50 worth, click, it goes into your wallet, your digital wallet on Coinbase, like 7 to 9 days later. So it is kind of an antiquated, like slow process.
Wow.
And the thing I do not know is, let's say, okay, so November 16th is the date of the split. Right. What I'm not sure about is, if I buy now, I know my money will be registered by then. But let's say I buy on the 14th, only 2 days away.
Right.
I've bought the Bitcoin, however, it's not showing up yet in my wallet. I don't know if that will count for the split or not. You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So that may be research that we all need to do. But I just today transferred my, it was $50, now it was $100 worth of Bitcoin onto my little Trezor digital wallet thingy, my hard wallet. Now, as far as I know, if you buy one of these digital hard wallets, the split works with these devices as well. So my $100 that's on this thing, or whatever it's valued at the time, I will have double that amount on this wallet.
So you're saying that I need to put my money in the exchange it to Bitcoin, and then take it back to this digital wallet, or I may not get the split?
Well, Coinbase says they're going to honor the split and give that split. However, they're going to shut their exchange down to freeze any buying or selling. So what typically happens when this splits, a lot of people are in this to get in and out profits. So once everybody pumps Bitcoin up, and that's why the Bitcoin is climbing up so much right now. Once everybody is done pumping it up for this split, you're going to start seeing this really fast, massive sell-off in order for people to reap the profits of not only what Bitcoin has gained, but the new coin. I imagine that a lot of people are going to be selling this off in mass quantity. So if your funds are frozen up in Coinbase, you can't do anything. You're not going to have that double and double, or that double amount of both coins. The coin over here and your 8,000 over here, whatever it is you have. You're not going to have any access to it. You're not going to be able to do anything with it until all the dust settles. And by the time they open the exchange back up, original Bitcoin may be worth $4,000 instead of $8 or $9 or whatever it ends up being.
Or it might be worth $25, right?
I really don't know. I don't think it's going to go down that low. There's too much money in it.
So in other words, go on to Coinbase, get $50 or $100 worth of coins, and then of course that's a fraction of one Bitcoin. And then have a digital wallet to bring it back from the exchange. So even though I have it on this wallet, whatever I own at the time will split on the 16th. Even if it's on my wallet, even if it's on the exchange, even if it's in my wallet in Coinbase, right?
Whatever exchange you choose, check and make sure they support the split. Some exchanges will not. Bitcoin just went through a split less than a month ago, and Coinbase announced that they would not support that other coin. So With exchanges, they control your wallet. With these hard wallets, you control your wallet. You control your buying and selling. Now, I will say that I know very little about how to use this, how to get my funds in and out, how to turn them into dollars. I haven't done that yet. I'm brand new at all this. I'm just sharing the knowledge of what I've gone through so far. So,
which is good. I mean, we're the investor bros, so I mean, we're trying to do different investments and learning
Right.
how to make money work for us instead of us working for money. So
Right.
so this is really good. I put a couple of pennies out there and bought some Bitcoin because I'm ready for the split. I don't know how to sell it afterwards to make the money if the exchanges are down. Are there other exchanges that I can go to and like after the split and pull my money and sell it? Is that how it works, or what
I
do you know about it?
suspect, this is just pure speculation, but I suspect at this moment that at the time after the split, if you have access to your money, I imagine it is going to be a very difficult process to sell your cryptocurrency. I think that the tens and tens and tens of thousands of people trying to process their selling to their native currency is going to overload a lot of systems. I think Coinbase knows this for a fact, which is why they're shutting down 24 hours prior to the split, because they know what most people in here are trying to do. They're and I don't think their system can handle the volume of 10,000 people all at once trying to dump their crypto back into U.S. dollars.
Is that what you're going to try to do? You're going to try to sell it off when it splits off and try to make yeah.
Absolutely. It doesn't matter what the amount is. It doesn't matter if you have $50 or $500,000. The value is very, very high. I know that a good chunk of people are going to do this. I know for a fact. I mean, just my speculation, but I'm just saying I'm not an investor. I'm not an advisor, so don't take my advice. This is just for, illustration purposes. But I am suspecting that, yes, there's going to be a massive sell-off to recoup those profits. It's a chain reaction. Everybody sees everybody else doing it. Everybody's bought in when it was lower. They pumped it up. They doubled it. Everybody's going to sell everything they can. Bitcoin's going to go way down in value by the thousands possibly. And then all of a sudden when it hits a certain level, people are going to start – they're going to take their large profit and they're going to dump it back into that low amount because they know Bitcoin's going to go back up.
Right. So
and basically people are just playing that roller coaster, buy high, sell, sell high, buy low,
Right. So someone that's just watching this that has no clue what to do and wants to get into this before the split on the 16th, they still have the time because it's still within the 9 days, right? Or 8 days on Coinbase?
I think so, yeah. I would say get in by the 7th if
you
can.
So can you tell people out there real quick, what are the steps? How do we go there? We go to Coinbase.com, and then we...
And basically, it's just like any other website. They put you through a information collection process to get your name, I think the most exchanges get a lot of personal information out of you. So they get your name and all this stuff. They get your bank, and then you set up your bank. So you'll need all your information. I can't exactly remember what all information they ask for, but at least your name, your number, your email address, setting up a password. And then eventually get to setting up your bank account. So you'll need those credentials. I think they have credit card options, but I think the fees are higher. I just linked my bank account and got that done. Now, Coinbase does not support all banks, or all banks don't support Coinbase. So I think there's an extra step you have to go through. I honestly can't remember. All I can say is give yourself time. I didn't really have any help doing it. I just went in there and just went through the prompts and did what they told me to do. It's kind of an arduous process, but it's just like anything else, Just got to give yourself time to sit down, go through the prompts, collect the information, and go,
And then once you get that, then you can hit buy Bitcoin and put in a particular amount. Like I want to spend $50 to see if I can make any money off this. And now if I do that on Coinbase, then I'd have $50 in there during the split. So I will have $50 worth of Bitcoin, whatever it is, on the split on the 16th, correct? And then after that, I can withdraw my money and it should be a lot more than the $50, right?
Should be. Now, keep in mind that, let's say, a lot of people are speculating it could, I've been reading a lot of articles saying Bitcoin could be at or over 10,000 after Christmas or up until the split. I don't know. But let's say hypothetically you buy in at $50 right now. You buy in at $50 at $7,100. Per Bitcoin, it's $7,100, the value for one coin. And you buy your $50 worth percentage of that coin. Then the value is at $11,000 when the split happens. Well, your $50 is probably now worth like $80.
But of course, don't put any money in there that you can't lose without going bankrupt or losing your house or not eating, right? This is just put in some extra money that's not going to bother, because anything like investing, any type of investing, don't put anything in there that you need. This isn't like, I'm going to put in $500 because I need $1,000 next week to pay for my whatever.
Well, even if it's not a bad thing, like even if it's not you losing your money, it takes time to get your money back into U.S. dollars. It takes time. I've read things where sometimes it takes a lot longer than it did to get the Bitcoin. It takes a lot longer to turn it back into U.S. dollars. I haven't sold any cryptocurrency that I have bought yet. I have not turned it back into fiat, so I don't know how long it takes. But I've read that.
You said fiat. What's fiat?
Fiat currency, your native U.S. dollar.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just a word for it. But yeah, so I have not gone through that process yet. And I don't know. The only one I've dealt with so far is Coin. I've signed up for like 5 or 6 of them, but I've only dealt with Coinbase. And I have not. The only thing I've done is buy crypto on Coinbase, and I have transferred my Bitcoin to my hard wallet. That's the only thing I've done. I haven't tried to do anything else, or I haven't tried to sell any of my crypto back into cash.
Now, you had money in there for the last month's split, right? So you made some money on that split, and you got that second coin, right? Was it like Bitcoin Gold or something?
No, I didn't because I was in the exchange, and that particular one, they didn't honor it. So be sure when you read the articles that they send out. They'll tell you whether they honor that or not. But I'm skeptical about Coinbase honoring this one, the Segway, this B2X is what they call it, this new split on the 16th of November. I'm leery about the quality of them honoring that. What I mean by that is when they freeze everything up, how long are they going to keep those accounts frozen? Are they going to unfreeze it when everything is plummeted down to virtually or a lot lower amount? You see what I'm saying?
Oh.
You really just have no access or no control over your money except for what they let you have. So,
well, if you put your money on your Trezor, your hardware wallet, and you go to a different exchange other than Bitcoin, can you exchange it through a different exchange if you have it on your Trezor wallet?
I think as long as you got a QR code, you can send or receive it with that QR code through any medium that supports such transactions. But I don't know. I can't answer that question. I haven't done it.
Interesting. Yeah, this is gonna be your first split of Bitcoin, and you'll be able to find out for sure how that split works. Because you have your money on this instead of the exchange. Now, okay, this is what I don't get. Maybe you can help me out. If I have my money on this, and I don't use Coinbase if they don't support the split, is there another exchange that I can put this in so I can get the split?
It all varies based on the exchange. And I think each exchange puts out news on whether they will support it or not. So you just have to do your research. I don't know what the other exchanges are choosing to do because I have no money in them, so I haven't dug in to find out. I will say that my number one goal that I'm trying to figure out is what is the fastest method of selling and buying Bitcoins in a more instant way than, through this digital hard wallet with minimal fee. Another thing to keep in mind is that Bitcoin operates on fees. The buy-in fee for an amount like $50, I think is $2.99. I just transferred my $100 or close to $100 for, and it was a $4.99 fee. So far I've paid $7 in fees.
$8.
Yeah, $8. And but on another side, I think if you put $50 or more into Coinbase, then you get a $10 free. And I don't know, I did. I don't know if it's a particular person I signed up through or what, but I got a $10 free Bitcoin when I signed up. So
that's good. All right, now you told me earlier today that there was a 17-year-old that made $400,000. Can you real quickly go through that story and how did a 17 or 14-year-old, 17-year-old?
17-year-old.
Okay, can you explain that real quick to people to show how these young teenagers are using Bitcoin and these other cryptocurrencies, and basically they'll never have to work again because they invested a little bit of money into this? How'd that work?
I'm learning right now. So the YouTuber in question is Crypto Nick, all put together. That's his YouTube name. And he's using a website called BitConnect. And the way he's making his money is it's a lending platform. I can only give you surface level explanation because I don't know.
Right.
But BitConnect, you can put up X amount of money in Bitcoin, or they have their own BitConnect coins that they have. You can put up this money in some kind of loan, and you earn interest every day on this loan, and you have a term limit on the loan. So let's say you put your X, your $1,000 in there for a term of 299 days, and you earn interest on that every single day. Up to one.
Who pays that money, that interest?
I don't know how it works. All I know is I've seen him with the videos, and I think
last time that I heard about this Crypto Nick, he was up to 250,000, and now you say he's up to 400,000.
He said tomorrow's video, he's probably more likely he's going to be over 400,000. Now, a large chunk of his money has come from building a referral team. So he puts a referral link on his channel. People sign up under him. They do their loans, and he gets like a 7% cut of that. So the largest portion of that money has been referral money that has come to him from the other people that have invested under him, and he's taking that money, reinvesting it into these lending BitConnect loans. So. Not to say I understand what all that means, but
it's very interesting. I've gone to one meetup and learned a little bit about it. I've talked to you a lot about it too, and it's very interesting. But it seems to be quite difficult until somebody like Visa or MasterCard makes it worthwhile. And you said something about MasterCard or Visa. Tell me about that real quick.
I watched a video today, and it was a conference, and there's this company called 10X, and they have found a way, and I don't think it's in the U.S. yet, but they have found a way to take all the cryptocurrency you have and up into a certain value, and then you actually get like a Visa debit card, and that card's value that you can swipe and buy goods is represented by the amount of crypto you have in that, and then your native currency's dollar amount represented by that cryptocurrency. So let's say I have one Bitcoin, for example, that with them, I have one Bitcoin, and Bitcoin are $7,000 right now. Well, with that card, I've got $7,000 pretty much on it because that's what I've. And they have a system to where they can do all the techno jargon stuff, and it translates all that from crypto to the U.S. dollar from what you spent, and they deduct it. So they're coming out with the technology to where they're getting close to cryptocurrency being user-friendly and equatable to native currency and being a spendable, usable currency.
That is really, really awesome. So thank you so much for all this information. I don't want to make this too long, but anybody out there that is watching, we got one person that commented and said interesting stuff. So thank you for watching this. And if you know anything about cryptocurrency and stuff like that, please leave us comments down below. We'll have Brian's information and his channel down below also here in a little bit because we're live. We'll have to change it up here in a minute. But thank you for watching, and we are the Investor Bros. If you are investor people too that want to be part of our team, the Investor Bros team, please leave us comments below and let us know what you've done and your interest in investing. Anything else, Brian, before we finish this up?
Yeah, out of all the referral links in your video, you need to put your BitConnect referral link down there.
Oh, yes, that's right. We could probably put yours down there too, since you've talked about it. We'll put Sean's and Brian's links down below. Anything else, Brian?
I think that'll do it. I
Awesome.
appreciate your time today.
Yeah, and we appreciate your time out there in YouTube land. Thank you for watching. We'll be back again with more information on how to invest, and look at the links down below. We're giving away free $5. All you got to do is sign up down below, and you get free $5 for stash, free $5 for other things. It's really great to get free $5. Have a great day, and thanks for watching. Everyone that has invested into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency has looked into crypto gold. That was just one of the comments that popped up.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll have to check that out too. All right. Thanks.